But yeah, no, I think we should be good. I think we are live.
Neat. Hello, peoples.
Greetings, one and all. All right, I'm just going to have a quick look on Discord as well.
Yeah.
Matt, what are you working on now, anyway?
Still the chaplain. Or
yeah,
chaplain, librarian. I'm not sure what this guy is.
Some form of space marine.
Yes, some form of space marine with the pageantry and all that. Important guy. I think he's called the chaplain.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not too sure. I'm not, to be honest, Space Marines, it's been a long, long time since I dabbled with those folks. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm just going to continue working with my ogres. Yeah, got quite a bit done, actually, the other day.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, bit of echo. There you go. It's always fun. There we go. Right, so that is Warhammer is what we're after. Cool. All right, yeah, we're actually good now. I was going to say I've had to just do Twitch because for some reason when StreamYard goes directly to Twitch, it puts it in like live podcasting and stuff like that rather than what I'm actually after. Yeah, rather than Warhammer, the category kind of thing.
Oh, right.
So I just need to do that, and that's when you heard the echo because it was on good old Twitch.
Do we get many visitors from Twitch by any chance?
Yeah, we've had a few. It's going to say it's good. I mean, considering it's like we're not really on there much, but no, it's good.
I mean, it's not really meant for this kind of thing, is it?
No, it is actually. We've had there's a load of. Well, then again, we don't exactly demonstrate painting skills here, but there is a lot of painting tutorials and all that jazz on Twitch. But I've just finished this guy here. Not finished. Oh, there's the bloody camera. There you go. At the banner.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, I've gone a bit with a bit of was it Blood for the Blood God or whatever it's called. What the hell is it called?
You finally dove in
for the Blood God. Yeah, that's the one.
That's a good paint to use, I think.
Yeah, well, it's awesome. I forgot how good it was. And then, so I used that for the banner. And then obviously I had the theme that runs through my ogre army, which is those ice crystals, frost crystals or the stones and all that kind of good stuff.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. I do enjoy. Right, Steph. That's the wife's friend, that one.
Ah, hello.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get cracking on. Actually, just got to do the Nobler, the good old Nobler, and then I'm on the bases, and then they're done, which is very cool.
And what do you got next lined up?
I was, to be honest, I was debating either to got these 4 Noblars that I need to do that are independent from the actual unit. So I've got those guys to do. So I might just get it over with, kind of stuff. Because I'm not really that that interested in painting this unit, to be honest. There's only 4 of them, so it's not too bad. But then once I've done that, I need to start assembling the I keep saying Gutbusters, not Gutbusters. What are they called? Lead belchers.
Lead belchers.
Yes, lead belchers. So that's what I'll be after next. And then it's just the cannon and giant left, which is that's the whole lot painted then.
Nice.
Which is awesome. Okay, so let's get cracking on with the good old knob.
Yeah, you work on your knob.
Yeah. Yeah, I should really finish that with La, right? No, it's just the type of green that I'm after. Can do it orc flesh using contrast. Might want it a bit lighter though.
The Noblars, are they green?
Yeah.
I guess they come into the green skin kind of thing, don't they?
Yeah, they do but quite light in color. But yeah, I'll see what I've got. But I'm just going to start on the clothes anyway. The good old rags that he's got and the satchel on his back. In fact, you know what? I didn't do it on Discord. What a silly person. Yeah, I was going to say, with the next after this, I've been looking at the Flesh Eater coats quite a bit. And you may laugh right now. You may laugh. I have been looking at them because I think they're supposed to love the law, you know that. But I finally got
They're
the hand.
fun. They're fun.
Oh,
But have you actually bought any?
Yeah, I have. I'm going to collect them on the weekend. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But one thing I want to do as well, I might do the. Yeah, we were talking the other day around buying miniatures, which aren't necessarily GW, but that kind of thing. Yeah. So what I might do is look for like a knight or that kind of stuff. Then obviously use them as like the courtiers and or Vargulf and that kind of stuff.
I had a thought about doing something like that. Like instead of painting up, Flesh Eater court units, I would paint up like what they perceive themselves to be. So like knightly units, men at arms, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and
so
still play them with like Flesh Eater court.
Yeah, exactly. Rules. So that's the kind of theme, but mine would be very much I think more just like the heroes kind of thing is what I'm after.
Fair enough.
To be a bit more focused in that way, and then because I don't mind the ghoul models, and I still want it to have that kind of gory, creepy vibe, but then I want some of the heroes to be their madness is so far flung that when you're in battle with them, you get glimpses of their true or their previous form or how they envisage themselves.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's stopping you from making knights bloody and gory looking.
No, exactly. But I don't know. See, this is it. I've been browsing GW as well and seeing what models, and I found quite a few good ones that I'm quite interested in, like some 40k. For the life of me, I can't remember the name, but it's the one with the two blades. It's one of the recent models. I can't remember his name though. But it comes it's like 30 quid, and it comes in. You get him and this other chap in there. And I'm not bothered. I just want that one.
Oh, is it the Elven Prince? The Elven Prince one?
Oh, to be honest, I can't remember. Really can't remember. So, but either way, I've been browsing the GW range just to see what I can get, and obviously like the Terrorgeist with the Ghoul King on it as well. I was leaning towards potentially using the the Empire, but the Free Guild General on the Griffin as well, because just because of nostalgia purposes for me.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I was just thinking of using that as well. So instead of having two Terrorgeists, I'll have one Terrorgeist and one with the illusion kind of vibe going. So yeah, that's the thought process behind it all.
That's a cool idea. I like it.
Yeah, and I think this time around as well, I'm gonna mainly on the heroes, but I'm gonna edge a little bit away from the contrast paints.
Ooh, oh my!
Mainly for the Archregent as well, just because I want to make him quite pale looking and that kind of thing. So,
would you do the Archregent model, or would you use a different model?
No, I'm going to use the Archregent model. I just love it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but then again, nothing's stopping me from getting another one and substituting it now and again.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, you could have times where he is like slightly slightly more lucid.
Yeah, well, it depends on the opponent as well, right? So if the opponent goes in and also they're weak-minded, because there was a story where Manfred is in like one of the opening like books and all that kind of stuff, where Manfred was basically speaking to a Ghoul King, and even he got kind of, his mind was warped a little bit to see what they're seeing, kind of thing. Okay. And then obviously then he snaps out of it and then realized, yeah, it's not all. It's not all
quite.
It seems.
Not quite.
So yeah, that's my thought process around that one.
And how far down does that push your Ideneth?
Possibly the one after. No, it will be the one after.
Sure. Oh,
I've said that for about a year, right?
I've said that for a while now.
Well, in all honesty, it's got to be.
If I remember correctly, you picked up your Ideneth before you picked up Sylvaneth, which was before you picked up Ogres.
But it was within a year, so I have painted like 3 armies within that space of time.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I am smashing through. If it takes me longer, then yeah, I wouldn't be investing. I just don't see armies as that much time consuming in terms of painting them up with contrast.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if I wasn't doing commission work sometimes, then I'd probably go through a lot more.
It would help.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is probably my last commission bid for a while. So.
Okay, cool. I was going to say, you've got your Zinch. Have you still got some Stormcast guys to do?
Oh, I always have Stormcast guys to do. I got a bunch of Stormcast guys, a bunch of Khorne guys. Khorne got it's just Scarbrand and 3 Skull Cannons, I think.
Skull Cannons as well, dude.
Yeah, I want to get like a good. You're such a good friend. I want to give you that 21 gun salute.
Yeah. Well, I since I was going to say about the KO and my shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't really say much, can I?
Gotta give you something back.
Yeah. Alright, okay. So this ain't going too bad. Okay, cool. And with these ogres, I was tempted as well to get in the actual blood for the blood god on those as well. But
you could. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna dabble with it a little bit on the around the mouths, depending, because
around the mouths, around on the weapons,
and that kind of stuff, weapons, but I don't want it to be too
I mean, like I said, Blood for the Blood God is one of those things where it's like less is more. Less is more.
True that.
You don't need it like drenched in it. Although I've seen people that do that, and it's fine. It's just the
time and the place.
Too much of a good thing.
Yeah. So I said painting my Spirit Hosts with that, and I think they turned out alright.
Yeah, I mean when I did my my Night Haunt or my Blood Haunt for a commission there, they were like I did a layer of contrast first in red, and then I did Blood for the Blood God. It looked nice.
No, I saw. Yeah, you did really good work there.
Kind of almost made me want to not sell them, but
it needs must, right?
Yeah, I didn't really like. They're fun to paint, but I don't think I'd really care to play them all that much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I've dabbled with Skaven. I really enjoy. I just need to get more of those bases actually.
Bases? Which bases?
The movement bases.
Trade. Right.
Yeah, movement trades.
Speeds things up a bit.
Oh, massively so. Yeah, and I'm thinking as well with the Flesh Eater Courts, that'll speed up obviously when I do get those ghouls.
Yeah, definitely. Well, anything like mass army kind of helps to have the movement trays.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Sigurd Brown, do you want to do it too dark? Don't think so. A snake white leather. Where are you, my friend? I'm losing my mind. Flesh Eater Court's book is too close.
Flesh Eater Court. Yep.
That's it. Oh man, I had it in my hand a second ago. I really need to organize my desk. It's like so much.
I have an organized mess.
Yeah, snakebite leather. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Nice and easy. Don't want anything too complex with this knob. I just want to get it done. Nothing too fancy.
What do they do on the units? Are they're not their separate unit, right? They just kind of come with the ogres. Is that it, or how does it work?
That's a good point. I've not even used them yet. But there is a separate unit that you can have, and I think there is something that they can do. It's just a case of the one I'm painting at the moment is actually just a scenery piece. You know, it's like just something else to go on their base, if you like.
Yeah.
It's nothing special. Or in chat as well. If you're working on anything, just let us know. That'll be cool. Obviously, and let us know as well if the music is at a decent level.
I can't actually hear the music. Or is that because I'm in?
I think it's because you're in the StreamYard. Yeah. Because I have turned it down a little bit from last time, just because also we had some good feedback in the sense of it was just slightly loud, not loud, but it's actually normal. It's okay, but it said it'd be a little bit better if you turned it down a little bit more. So I was like, perfect. So hopefully it's turned down a little bit more, not too much. Okay, so what else? Okay. So I need a bit. There's quite a bit of detail on this chap. So
What, on the Noblar?
yeah. Okay. So let's just knock it out the park. Let's just do it. That's I'm just gonna check the volume now. Won't be a sec. Yeah. That'd be good. Yeah, so I think what I need to do actually, Matt, the ogre army that I'm painting at the moment, I just need to calculate. I think it is over 2k that are just under 2k or something.
Is it really? Because I thought the boxes were like aimed to be at like 1,200-ish mark. But did you have stuff before that?
I think it is. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the giant I added in.
Oh, I thought the giant came with the box.
No, I
Did it
mean,
not?
sorry, it does come with a box, but you have to include it like an ally kind of thing.
Oh, right.
All right, Joe. Back again, I see. Yeah. What's on the agenda tonight? Well,
Paint.
we have ogres again. So I basically almost painted these guys now. I just need to finish off this Noblar and the base on the 4 chaps, and then that's that unit done. Matt, what about you?
Still the Space Marine chaplain, I'm going to call him.
Yeah.
Whether or not he is a chaplain, I don't know. I'm promoting him. He's a chaplain now.
All right, let's give this little Noblar some armor. All right. So, Joe, what are you up to? I was going to say it's about 10 to 11, isn't it?
I'm curious, these streamed videos, how long do they last on YouTube? Is it just like a normal video, it's just indefinite?
I think so.
Okay, neat.
I'm not too sure. Not really. Well, we haven't broke it anyway yet, so I think we're good. I think last time it was just under 3 hours, right?
Was it that long?
I think so.
Something
Yeah.
like that, maybe.
Yeah. So
Something
I
like
think I was on it about half an hour before you joined.
That's true, yeah. Coming into the home stretch.
Nice. What are you working on after that, Matt?
I'm thinking I'm going to do some terrain. I still need to base all these Space Marines and some of the Necron guys, but I think I'll do some terrain just to change it up a little bit.
No, that's a good point, though, actually. You've got that terrain that we got with the Warcry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Go through all the doors and bridges and things. That way we have that ready if we ever want to get back into that.
Oh, yes. That'd be awesome. We need to find a time when we're going to have our next Age of Sigmar battle.
Like a full actual Age of Sigmar game, or do you mean Warcry?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Obviously, Warcry is a lot better at this point in time. But yeah, or we can actually just squeeze in a full-on Warcry Age of Sigmar battle. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be good.
Probably about 1,000 point or something, 1,005, because we haven't played
keep it a little bit light, maybe. That and time constraints.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Plus, we do tend to talk quite a bit during the games. So.
Yeah, Joe. I mean, like, I don't know. I only do 40k stuff for like commission pieces, really, more than anything. But in terms of change, I don't know. I mean, the Primaris, when they were introduced, that's quite a bit of a change. They're scaled up quite a bit compared to what the old Space Marines were like. They've gotten a lot more dynamic as well. Like if you look at, this is one of the more generic-ish. I want to say he's a lieutenant, maybe, or a captain or something.
Yeah, I think captain go with that. Yeah,
something like that. But like he's not like a super main character or anything like that. But they're still pretty dynamic looking, which is quite a bit different compared to like back then when they were like blocky chunks. I mean, basically back then you could have the Space Marines as like rank and file, and it would be fine, I think. But yeah, they're quite a bit more dynamic looking models now. quite a bit larger too compared to old Space Marines.
I'm currently staring at my Steam games list, wondering what to play, but I'll probably end up watching you play. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to do that, Joe.
Maybe you should just pick up a paintbrush and start painting with us.
Yeah, join it. You know, he's got none of that stuff there, but join it. Yeah, 40k. The storyline it's definitely not changed as much as obviously it's fantasies. You know,
I think they kind of wrote themselves into a bit of a dead end kind of thing, because there's, in a sense, it's kind of like what happened with fantasy. Like they're at a point where you have so much history already that making any major change would kind of tip the balance in a way. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. I mean, the actual rift. Again, this is going off total memory, but the rift that happened, obviously chaos came about and all that jazz. I know, but the thing is that the general theme is still the same. So Tau is still trying to expand. Tyranids or Tyrannids, they're around the fringes still. Space Marine. So basically, everything's kind of similar.
Static.
Yeah, kind of similar. The new Space Marine models, I think, are better. I mean, obviously, it is a controversial opinion, I guess, but I think they are better in terms of scale and how they should have looked like, what they should have looked like from the beginning. Because right now they're a lot more, beastie rather than kind of. I know Space Marine is what meant to be like 10 foot, 8 foot tall or something, so you can't really reflect that much. You don't want to see my eating skills because I don't.
I mean, objectively, from like a outsider's perspective, I think it'd be very hard to say that the 1990s models were way better. Objectively, I think the new sculpts will look better.
Yeah.
But there's always the nostalgia factor that kicks in, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I remember Neferata. Was it, Joe? When you painted Neferata's face.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was it was many years ago, many years ago, and it didn't go so well.
Painting faces is really tough.
Oh yeah,
Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those Primarch models look absolutely stunning.
Primarch or Primaris?
Primarch.
Yeah, Primarch models look really nice. I really like the Sanguinius.
Yeah, Sanguinius.
That model's nice. Love the pose on that thing.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I mean, Joe, it doesn't really matter what your painting skills are like, as long as you have fun with it, right?
Yeah, I was gonna have to real convince him.
Not only that, but like contrast makes it so much easier.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. I was actually talking to this guy on Facebook the other day. He was just commenting on the the ogre tyrant that I painted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was just asking about. He's got like a backlog of, basically a backlog of armies. There's like 99% of us do, and yeah, he was just saying like, is it quick? Is it easy to use contrast and all that kind of stuff? I basically just rattled through everything that I've kind of painted so far and how to go about it and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, is awesome. And
yeah, I mean, like, there's people that have a lot of misgivings about contrast paint, but
yeah.
I think it's quite unwarranted. It does its job. It has a role. Like for some people, it's like the speed painting miracle work.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's also a very good tool for just anyone, really, because it can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new Abaddon model looks amazing, really. But like, I can't imagine trying to paint him. He's so complicated looking. Anyways, I think I'm kind of calling this guy done. Pretty happy with him now, the way he looks.
Yeah, looks great, that Matt. Yeah, looks awesome.
I don't know how off-screen or on-screen this thing is. Need to
No,
look at the other ones. There we go. Yeah, I think it looks all right.
Yeah, like it.
All right, and that's me done my commission work for now.
Nice.
At least for the time being. Although I don't know if I'm going to get any more commission work from the guy I'm working with at the moment. I still need to do decals. I'll do that later. It's all right. What do we got here?
What should we do?
What do we got?
Yeah, one thing I've always loved about miniatures was converting them. Wasn't the best painter, but always enjoyed making them my own. Couldn't agree more. Loved converting.
Oh, yeah.
Still love converting miniatures.
Oh, yeah. Not only that, but it gives your army a nice, unique look to it, which is really cool.
Yeah. Especially with what me and what the channel is all about and what me and Matt are all about is obviously like lore and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, conversions are definitely up our street.
Not only that, but like it's nice to have like a, because sometimes we oftentimes end up with units or heroes that we double up on for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And, if you have the right pieces, want to change him, be something else, or look a little bit different, look a bit more unique. Like this guy, he's supposed to be a blood secretor for Khorne. I'm going to turn him into a aspiring champion of some sorts.
Oh, okay.
So custom head, custom weapons, custom shield thingy. It'll look cool, I think.
No, I was going to say that's good. So is that what you're working on now? Is it Khorne?
In a bit. I think I'll want to finish up my Khorne guys. Like I said, I'll do the terrain bits for now, just for a nice change of pace. And then I will finish up my Khorne. Let's see. So I need Scarbrand, 3 skull cannons, and then that hero. And I think that's it for Khorne. I think everything else is done. Never actually finished an army before. It probably is the problem with me just buying more stuff once in a while.
That's it, isn't it? It's like, I think with Sylvaneth, the thing is still need to buy, really. I mean, it's completed to an extent, but it's like the endless spells and stuff like that. In general, though, I think the rest of it's there, it's completed, but there is always scope to buy more stuff anyway, isn't there?
You can always buy more.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the 2 bridges first.
Have you actually assembled these? No.
Nope, cutting sprues now.
Oh, yeah. Belford looked up.
I sprayed them all on the sprue just because it's terrain. I'm not too bothered about, a tiny spot that might not have paint. Even then, like, I'll just paint over the little tiny bits, and that's all right. Not too bothered.
I was gonna say I tend to, well, no, I don't tend to. I have them, painted or sprayed the sprues first.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do that for models, just because they're so small compared to the size of the connection points. But like for terrain pieces where it's a massive chunk of plastic, like a tiny little connector spot, so it's not gonna be noticeable. And I'm not all that bothered. I'd rather go for speed on these kind of things.
Yeah, that's fair.
I am running out of null oil, though, which is a bit of a problem.
Ooh.
Gonna have to pick up some more tomorrow or something.
Precious elixir.
No doubt, huh? Let's see what to do with this one.
Okay. Oh, Joe, if you're still there, have you seen the new vamps? Not all of them, but there's a new vampires, Blood Knights coming out, and they look awesome. If you haven't seen them, I'll bring them. No, not seen them. I'll bring them up on screen now. So, yeah, I'll show you now. Let's see if So these are them that you can obviously see on screen now, but I mean, she just looks awesome. No other words really. And also, they still harken back to Abarash, who slew that dragon and drank his blood. So obviously they've kept that lore, which is pretty good. They don't actually reference his name, I don't believe. They just say the first knight or the first person of that order, kind of thing. I think was it Abarash or was it Valak actually? Joe, I think you'll know that. Because he used to Blood Knights used to be his thing.
Really?
Yeah. Back, oh god. Harken back. Abrash's first blood dragon is also, yeah. Yeah, so these are the new ones. Obviously, this is I'm assuming they got lances, the other ones as well. So these are the sword variant. I don't know whether, I'm assuming they can be equipped with lances as well. And they've got like fanged helmets as well, which is pretty cool. And obviously, I'm just noticing the head variants as well, which is obviously got a bald chap over there, and you obviously got this female version here as well. So I'd be quite interested actually to see how many, what variety you actually do get in this kit.
I do like the Blood Knights. I think I like cavalry in general.
Yeah.
What colors am I doing
here? The lava bill is too damn high. If you're cold, just wear a sweater. How dare you? Oh dear. The Leaf Fire Dwarfs. I was just reading this, the comic strip.
Oh, the Never Chosen one, right?
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to read that one yet. They're pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah. I prefer the knights having a similar color red to the horse. I'm not a fan of the bright red. They've been painted, look really good. Definitely a centerpiece of an army, yeah, for sure.
What, the Blood Knights?
Yeah.
It could be. I'm curious as to how elite they're going to be.
I'm hoping that they make them like one of the toughest or best cav in the game, to be honest. just because they've always been presented as such. So I think it would be awesome if they were, for sure. But yeah, I know what you mean, Joe, by the armor. Not it's quite bright compared to. I prefer the red on the horse. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. I kind of like the old one where it's kind of like burgundy almost. Darker, gothic-y kind of.
Yeah,
that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I'm into that vibe as well. And the banner looks awesome. And again, this will be one of those where it's already like, I don't know, like sculpted on kind of thing.
Yeah, pre-sculpted on. It's just like the Lumineth ones. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It looks very fancy. Would not be able to freehand that.
No,
wouldn't want to even attempt.
No, definitely not. No. Okay. All right, so back to the Noblar. I think I've just got a skin left, to be honest, which is pretty damn good. Then I'm on the bases. Should be able to get these done tonight, which is going to be cool.
What are you going to do for the bases?
Just similar to what I've done before, using the throwing Theoden on horseback. Which one did he use? Agrelian Earth.
Agrelian Earth, yeah.
Yep, and then basically just
nice generic one.
Yeah, and then just slap a bit of grass on there as well, and then there you go.
Yeah, call it a day.
Yeah. Just got a good bit of texture to it, and yeah, obviously basic, but does the job.
It looks all right.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, I'm not
simple. It looks all right. What more do you need?
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of the stream, guys. I'm gonna find something to play. Have fun playing whatever you're going to play. See you later. Managed to catch the stream. All right, mate.
Hey, how's it going,
Pardon me. Yeah, let's get cracking on with the skin. Yeah, thanks for joining. Right, I'm just going to do a bit of touch up on the skin, and then I think go straight on the green. I still haven't decided what green I'm going for just yet, but either way, it's a Noblar. It will do.
What greens do you have?
Oh, again, I swear to people.
What just happened? What?
No, just something about the music.
What happened? Did the pirate song come back on again?
Yeah, the Corsair song.
I think it's a sign. I think you need to start a.
Oh, it's all right. I've started it. I just removed it from the playlist. All good.
You did that last time. Didn't help.
No. Remember, I used the old playlist that I used. So it is official now. It has been updated. So all good. Great seeing y'all. So I gotta say y'all got let's call it
y'all.
Y'all got second cousins who live in Texas and all that stuff. So I hear them saying it often. Streaming on the regular. Yeah, to be honest, this is something that we're going to look to do a lot more of, because me and Matt talks, we literally do most of our hobbying at night, and we're like, why not? Why not?
I mean, we could be painting alone, but that's just kind of.
Yeah, might as well spice it up a bit with the presence of each other and you guys. Yeah, I think we're going to use Orc Flesh.
Orc Flesh. Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
So, Nuno, what are you working on any lore at all recently? Because I know you've been. I keep seeing you talking about. Is it I can't remember. I can't even pronounce
Animosity.
it. Animosity. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Cheers, Matt. So I've lived there in the US for a long time, enough to catch it. No doubts. Y'all.
You all.
Yeah. Okay. It's one of the things as well with obviously with a great thing with Discord, obviously with the Great Weave as well, is that obviously you meet all types of folks from all over the world, which is great.
It's one of the things that I kind of miss about like just way back when on the internet, where you could just join a lot of like random group chat things. I don't see that happen very often anymore. Maybe I'm just out of the loop.
Nice age, Matt. We're not in with the cool kids anymore.
No, never was in with the cool kids.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, Warhammer was never the cool kids kind of hobby.
Oh no, tell me about it. It's a bit of a secret hush hush and all that jazz when in high school.
I mean, I didn't play Warhammer back in high school, but we D&D'd, things like that. It was kind of, what's that? Ooh, that's weird. That kind of vibe, you know.
Yeah.
It's funny how geek culture, nerd culture, that kind of thing has kind of developed to be more mainstream nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like video gaming, for example, is so mainstream now. Back then, it's like, you want to come over and play video games? That's weird.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you know, hey, let's go and play COD. That's perfectly normal. In fact, it'd be weird if you didn't play COD or something. Like even like coworkers that I've met, they're like, "Oh yeah, I play Xbox, I play PS4 or whatever." I'm like, it's different because you know it's people that don't expect them to to play video games.
No, exactly.
You know, from my perspective, but then again, I'm like a decade older than some of them.
Yeah. Well, everyone in work knows what I do, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in terms of hobby-wise and stuff, and they always just find it fascinating.
Do you have that sign on your door which just says "Talk to me about AOS lore"?
That's it. Well, then again, I work from home, so it's not exactly a.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, so it's not. I don't really have that issue, but as I said, Matt, though, for our banner, we obviously had the. Is one of my co-workers who did it for us, which is
okay,
which is very nice. So lore-wise, I have some lore from my own local events to upload when I have more time. Yeah.
Yeah, time is always that limiting factor.
Yeah. So rare thing.
Rare and precious.
Discord Saturday Hangouts have become the regular get-together for narrative. Ooh.
That'd be cool.
I was going to say, we keep going back and forth on it. I mean, in terms of potentially doing a soulbound kind of thing for, obviously, the Interstice. And both me and Matt have DM'd before. So we're like, I think both of us feel confident in one of us going about and doing it. And
I'd be happy to do it. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I just have not actually laid my eyes on like the actual rules and everything for Soulbound yet. So I have to kind of get my head around that. Just so I can know what to do and what can't happen, what can happen.
Yeah.
Things like that. aside from that, it's just like playing D&D, I'd imagine. As long as you can weave that story, that's all that matters.
That's it. I think, yeah, that's it, Matt. I mean, this, from what I understand, from what I've read and learned on YouTube videos from other channels, it's I think it's straightforward, to be honest. To an extent, it's just.
It should be.
It's just getting into it, isn't it? Just as soon as you get stuck in, you can obviously have a few rounds, see how it goes. Just go through like a module or something, and we can just go from there. We've been workshopping a global narrative at a train heist event. That's cool. That sounds good. Probably a year off still. Wow.
Ooh, that's a lot of planning.
That is a lot of it. I'd say what train heists of must need a lot of planning. I love that though as well. The dedication.
Also, I like about like the lore side of things, or the lore community. They're very, very dedicated into these kind of things.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons, Matt, as well. And when we do the like obviously the community lore on the channel, it's the reason why I want to do it, like do them justice and stuff, because these people, the community, obviously have put time, effort into the actual lore. That
exactly,
bringing it to our pocket realm, bringing it some justice on screen as well. And so far, I mean, the feedback, it's been great. They're loving it, which is awesome. Will require open shops in absence of pandemic. Yeah, of course, for sure. I mean, the Soulbound thing we're contemplating at the moment is we've got a few. I think we've probably got about 2 people potentially interested so far in terms of where we are in the UK. But I think we're going to look to do it on here as well, so we can get others involved. Obviously, time zone permitting as well, which would be really cool. And I have had a few people actually asking to be involved in it, which is even better.
That's cool.
Yeah. And beauty of it as well is that obviously it'll be set in the interstitial, the absolute awesome sandbox that it is, that we can just do what you want. As a DM kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a bit of freedom there. Although, again, I have to look into the Soulbound rules and see what can happen, what can't, and how everything works out.
Yeah, of course. So, Nuno, have you played Soulbound then? Which area of the UK you guys feel okay sharing? Of course, nobody wants paparazzi going through your trash. No, from the northwest. So many people don't know the area, but it's just like near Manchester. That's where most people know.
That's what I tell everyone in Canada. Where do you live? Yeah. Near Manchester. Near Manchester.
Yeah. Halfway between Manchester and Liverpool. Oh, that's good to know. So Nuno's played Soulbound, and lots of potential. So it's obviously really promising coming from yourself, because obviously I know how, from conversations on Discord, I know you're very heavily involved in that kind of scene, which is awesome. So yeah, even more intrigued now. Okay.
I haven't really looked into it, but is Soulbound, is it just PDF based, or like is there actually a physical book that we can buy?
Yeah, physical book you can buy as well, like special edition and all that stuff. It looks really cool. Yeah. That's why I was obviously when I was having a conversation with yourself, I was tempted to get it, to be honest. Okay. Cool. Noblar's done. Well, almost. Got a little bit of dry brushing to do. Things are falling apart. So I know narrative events in the UK have happened in Cambridge, London, and further north in Scotland. A Northern Invasion. I've heard of that.
I've heard of Northern Invasion. I don't know where from or why or where or who. I've heard of that one.
But yeah, so obviously nothing within our remit, but it's all right. It's all good. We'll do our own. Probably the smaller ones hiding. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Because I have been watching a few YouTube videos of people, obviously broadcasting their soulbound adventures, their journeys, and yeah, it just reminds me so much, obviously, because it is a role playing game, so it reminds me of us playing D&D, Matt. But it's just so much fun, so much fun. And I think Jono would definitely be up for it as well, because I've already spoken to him.
I forget, are Fire Slayers an option?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be all over it.
He's good. Owen Cardiff, of course, from Narrative Labs. Oh, okay. So I didn't realize Narrative Labs from there. So obviously, I've seen them on Twitch, obviously, and Discord, and Discord. I think they're on Discord, and also Instagram is where I found them.
So who would you play, or what would you play if you played Soulbound, Chris?
Probably Ideneth,
Okay, cool.
I've got to play him somehow, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. If you can't play him in AOS, gotta play him in Soulbound.
Yep. No, so I'd probably either do Ideneth or I wouldn't. Again, it's Sylvaneth. That's like a Treekin kind of thing. I think that might be. Not Treekin, are they? The Colonel Hunter. That's old school. So Colonel Hunter. So I'm like, oh, it could be kind of cool, but then it's like a 10-foot, tree walking around kind of thing, and like might be okay.
Just stealth everything. It's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but no, I'm thinking of either Fire Slayer or Ideneth. Probably the one. I think there's a warrior version that can go on an eel. So.
Oh, really? Do you get the eel as a mount kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
At least that's my understanding from the videos I've seen.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Let's do a bit of dry brushing, and then the bases. Yeah, I think we're good. Sweet. Oh, no weapon. can tell I'm just so eager just to to get this Noblar done. I'm like, oh, I'm done. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, it's at that point, you're getting close because you're really excited that it's going to be done.
Yeah. I'm calling it done. Now the bases, huzzah! Realm battle in Haish. Trying to remember this one, Matt. Was this the
That's the first one?
Yeah,
it's the first Stormcast one. Yeah, first time we had this. It's the first of our campaign, or the
ritual.
Yeah, first of the ritual set.
It was kind of like an event, wasn't it? Because it was like 3-parter, which kind of concluded chapter 1. Okay. Let's get going. Base time. Give that base a good rimming. Needs must. Whee! All right, Paul. How are you doing? It's fine. Is it afternoon for you? Evening? I don't know.
Day. Just go with day. Can't go wrong with day.
Yeah, true.
How are you this fine day?
It's fine. Hour.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm like that on conference calls with work. I just give up and saying good morning and all that stuff. I'd say, right, folks.
There you go.
Too many time zones. Yeah, no, we are indeed. So basically, he's asking, are we the first to do battle reports with special effects, full voiceover, and all that good stuff? Yes, we are. Well, as far as I know.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
I think Doug over at 2 Plus Tough has done something of that sort before. A little bit similar.
Yeah.
But not quite as narrative. Like, he has a whole story and everything to go with it, but it's still rolling dice and all that. We've kind of done away with the dice rolling bit. We just let out the story, let the story tell everything.
Yeah, hence our little catchphrase: "Let the dice tell the story." Yeah, we've had 2 Plus Tough, Agent Agash, JJ Paintings, Cinderfall Gaming.
Oh, we got the guy from Cinderfall on here before.
Yeah, and then James Marston, who's a guy from the community. So all those guys have done voiceovers as well. I think 2 Plus Tough has done some dwarfs. Agent Agash, he has done dwarfs as well. JJ did a vampire. Cinderfall did Colonel Hunter. East Coast. Very true. The dice tell the story indeed, but they are not the story.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I like watching battle reports. Like, there's so many channels that show battle reports, and they all do a pretty good job of it. But at some point, I kind of get tired of watching people roll dice.
Yeah.
It's fine and all. It's just kind of dull in my mind.
Well, it's one of the things where we're because obviously me and Matt both come from also like different like backgrounds in terms of how we got into the hobby, and obviously the interests and all that kind of stuff that made obviously Dice Sagas what it is. I mean, we're basically just kind of spitting ideas, and we obviously came up with a format that we both really likes, which is obviously really good for starters, and then found out looks like the community is starting to like it as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's encouraging.
Yeah,
I mean, back before we did this, if I ever played games with people at the store, I'd do like a little mini battle report thing at the end as well.
Yeah,
and this is just for fun, and thought, why not expand it a little bit further?
Exactly that. And it's always the case, isn't it? You just, well, for me anyway as well, Matt. When you're actually having the battle, you just envisage you there, isn't it? And you're just like, ooh.
It helps the immersion. Helps the immersion quite a lot.
Oh yeah, massively so.
Because kind of like how I went what is it? Yeah, the spell that we're watching right now.
Yeah.
Like my general was dead set on killing your what's it called, Morngul.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
So that was my primary objective, just because she's a hunter of monsters. So she saw that as like, well, I have to take that thing down. I just went with it. Makes it more fun that way. Even if I don't win the game per se, it develops a story for my characters, and that's part of the fun, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And also, it was quite an entertaining battle. The fact is that you had pure archery and all that kind of stuff, and I was just trying to soak up as much damage as possible.
Tables were turned, huh?
I'll tell you what, though, it's all obviously luck of the dice as well with the Guardian of Souls and raising those Nighthaunt.
Oh yeah. See, that's the other thing about doing narrative battles. You remember the things that happen in those battles a lot more clearly. Because if you just talked about like, oh yeah, remember when that happened in that game where I rolled that dice? I'm like, well, no, not really.
Yeah.
We rolled a lot of dice that day. I don't remember anything about that. But if you say like, well, remember when my character did that sweet dive, that last epic charge on whoever, and brought your guy down to 1 HP, and then you did a good counter attack, and I was like, okay, cool, I get that. I remember that.
Yeah.
Right? The stories makes the context in the story. That's what makes this so memorable.
Couldn't agree more. See, yeah, Max, Paul did that quite a bit as well about the battle report side of things.
Well, that's cool. I'm sure a lot of people do. It's just it gets kind of lost. People don't see it. They don't appreciate that kind of thing. So it's kind of nice to have it out there for people to see, to watch, even if it's only like a couple of dozen people or a couple of hundred people that watch it. If people enjoy it, that's all that matters, right?
Massively so.
Just gotta build up that fan club for my Stormcasts. Speaking of which, I gotta get my lore pieces out for them as well.
Oh yeah, well, to be honest, I've got to do that with like a good number of guys as well. Says Hardcore has been willing to bench your hero model if they get killed too often. Not that I've done it.
Well, I don't have that written off. I don't mind. I mean, Stormcasts have a way of coming back in a sense, but I wouldn't mind like if someone dies in game and then just have them sit out for a while.
Yeah, I suppose,
or like have them die and then I can't use them until something narratively brings them back.
Yeah,
with us playing in our own realm kind of thing, we can kind of bend the rules a little bit and just find ways for characters to come back if need be.
Yeah, and I'm thinking if I was to ever kill off a hero or anything like that, it'd have to be an epic moment for starters.
Yeah, exactly.
Or depending on the hero, so if it's a Skaven assassin, there's always plenty more where they came from. But no, it all depends really on the actual scenario.
Yeah, I remember like when the store had I think it was a skirmish campaign, or maybe it was Warcry. No, it was skirmish. It was skirmish, and like you play through the games, and at the end of games you get to level up your character or roll for like a special trait, and that's on your Path to Glory table. And for Stormcast, on the Path to Glory table, it's mostly buffs and whatever else. But if you rolled a double 1, your character dies permanently. So like halfway through the campaign, I was like, okay, so my character leveled up. What happens? Rolls the dice, double 1, snake eyes, he dies. I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So stopped playing with him, put in another guy, and then just kind of went with it. Kept writing the story. It was fun. Things like that. It's unexpected, but again, memorable. Makes things interesting.
So back in the earlier Chaos rules, I ran one Lord of Slaanesh on Demonic Steed. The old. All right, okay.
Oh yes, the boob snake. Love that.
And a Chaos Lord in the same battle. So the Lord of Slaanesh died, but the Chaos Lord became DP. Matt,
Demon Prince.
Demon Prince. There you go. Matt's the Chaos player, not me. That's cool.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
So the narrative was that the Chaos Lord sacrificed his sibling in her ambition to ascend to demonhood. That's cool.
See, I want to have moments like that,
Mm-hmm.
like that in our campaign. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. Well, that's partly why I like Chaos so much. There's so much that can happen with them in their path to glory.
Yeah, exactly. Or they could have a Kerdran Overlord ship coming in, bombarding from...
or that.
Bombarding your Chaos, your Khorne warriors.
Let's not have that happen again.
Not going to say too much, but there is a cool moment in the recent.
Cool by some people, tragic by others.
Yeah, Bellico book, Broken Realms.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah, that's interesting. Were you watching all the streams or all the videos from 2 Plus Tough?
Yes, I wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately as well.
My go-to resource when it comes down to stuff if I don't have time.
Yeah, same.
Just get the cliff notes.
That's the thing. Like I don't. My time for hobbying is fairly limited as is, just with work and kids and everything else.
Yeah.
So like, it's nice to have people like Doug who kind of, takes the narrative, takes the lore, takes everything, and just kind of compresses it into a very digestible kind of format. I want to be able to take my time and read through it, but I don't know if I will. So at least this way I can understand the story.
Yeah.
And know what's going on. Not to mention that, but like, now that I know what happened with no spoilers, I can write that into the interstice, right? Because I mean, considering the amount of sheer destruction going on, and that plays exactly right into what the interstice is all about, how it's formed, right? So,
yeah, no, sounds good.
I'm gonna have to expand the map quite a bit.
Well, that's the beauty of it, right? So we can have we've already had islands appear around the southern area. Obviously to the west, we've obviously with the ritual that's taken place. So it's been smashed asunder, and then we can just have like a new continent or whatever, just expand and do what we want, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So Paul, they took the Ascent to Demonhood rule away from Chaos Lords and gave them Slaves to Darkness Battle Tome. Oh, okay. So TT used to be automatic, and if they killed the enemy general.
Did it used to be automatic? I thought it used to be. It was on a dice roll. I thought.
Apparently, now it's random.
Yeah. I thought it was on a random. Like I never thought it was automatic.
Yeah, I was going to say I have to leave that to you, Matt, because I really have no clue. Doug is focused on what was undervalued part of the hobby and became a community resource. Oh yeah, for sure. I actually had I've had many talks with Doug, to be honest, but he was saying to us that he basically, when he started out, it was during a time when obviously the hobby was getting a lot of hate. So obviously with the transition, but he kept the positivity, he kept all that good stuff flowing in, coming through his videos. And obviously people naturally draw to positivity as well in that sense and want to learn about this new AOS that's coming in and all that stuff. So he's kept at that, and yeah, it's stayed true to that format and obviously improved, but stayed true to his message. And yeah, obviously he's a pretty damn good channel. Oh yeah, he is. But he's still kind of one of the few fully dedicated to it. Yeah, no, I agree. Hello, world. 111111111. Hey, how's it going? It's going very well. I am painting some ogres at the moment. Matt is clipping his terrain. He's just finished a Space Marine chaplain, I believe. And now you're working on some bridges from Warcry. Very cool. How's it going? Hello, world. I won't be saying all the ones every time, but how's it going? Paul, it used to be spawned. It used to be a spawn if he died. Then he became a demon prince if he killed the enemy general. Ooh. Again, news to me. But I think Paul. I think Matt's had enough. I think he's not believing it. He's going to get a book. I have no idea where he's gone, but I never knew that. That's pretty cool. Oh yes, Nuno definitely. He's such a nice guy to talk to, and obviously I've actually joined his stream a few times. He's done a few voiceovers for us and our battle reports as well. Showed obviously support. And one thing I'm definitely going to keep to is he ended up. He actually did come out and said that his is the our battle reports is his favorite channel in terms of battle reports. And I was like, score. So yeah, I was pretty chuffed with that. No, but he's a great guy. So yeah, so far, hello world. I am working on ogres. I've pretty much almost done them. I'm just doing the bases at the moment, waiting for it to dry. Matt, he was working on Space Marines, Space Marine Chaplain, and now he's working on some terrain for Warcry and AOS kind of stuff, which is very cool. After my ogres, because I'm doing Iron Guts at the moment, I'll just quickly show you some. That's the banner that I've done. Some Iron Guts. I'm just doing the bases at the moment. So after that unit, I have a unit of Noblars that I really don't want to paint or spend time painting, but it's one of those where, just get it done, right? So yeah, I've got a unit of Noblars to do, and then I've just got a few more ogres to do, and then that's it, really. That's the ogre army. I'll say done. It's not done. I've still got a giant and the cannon to do, but yeah, it's good progress. Good progress. All right, it's from back before they had a battle tome. Oh, right, okay. I was going to say Matt's definitely gone to see to his kids, but now he'll be back surely. Everyone's been waiting for these battle report guys, seeing the spell effects and gunfire. Oh yes, lovely. But no, it's one of those things where the battle reports that we've been working on it's one of those things where before I actually started doing this, I streamed games. So I streamed Total War Warhammer, which I'm still a massive fan of and I love. But I was like, okay, I love the community input there and stuff. But I was like, want to. Warhammer's missing her in terms of actually, battling, painting, which was my main hobby. So then I was like, okay, but then I also like telling stories. So I started writing my own book, a fantasy novel. So basically my brother's a writer, and amateur writer, and so I started writing my own book. I was getting really into it, but then I really missed the community aspects. So I was like, all right, I love streaming, I love creating videos and so on, I love writing lore, and I love Warhammer. I was like, what can I do? So this is where this channel really came about. So yeah, it was really just concatenating everything together, and yeah, just obviously coming up with the idea for this channel where it's obviously a lot more narrative focused. We still have match play games with a slight house rules now and again if we call for it, but vast majority of the time it's in-house match play games told then as a narrative story. Nice original Iron Guts, or Kit Bash ones. Original Iron Guts. Yes. The reason behind this as well is I do have many armies to go through and paint. It's not to say that I won't buy or upgrade or extend the unit Kit Bash, spend more time, but I really want to try and get as much painted as possible, and then I spend a bit more time doing more kit bashing, telling stories, all that kind of stuff. So the armies I have that I've painted during this whole year of madness that we've all been going through, I've painted Kharadron Overlords, Sylvaneth, Skaven, Nighthaunt. Am I missing anything? So that's 4, and I'm halfway through my ogres at the moment. So that's 4.5 armies so far. And then I do have Flesh Eater Courts and Idoneth Deepkin waiting in the wings. But the reason I've managed to get through so much is I transferred over to using contrast paints quite a lot. So those have been my saving grace in that sense. Yeah, the battle reports of Khorne versus Flying Dwarfs was cool. Yes, I thought so too, yes. Matt wouldn't agree with you to an extent, just because obviously he was Khorne, with the bloodletters going full in and out of the bodies. Yeah, cool effects, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much for that feedback. Love it. So much to paint, yes, definitely. However, I've got to say is I've been working through the whole year. And obviously, the wife has dabbled in with painting now and again. But I've got to say, though, the contrast paints has severely improved my actual timing in terms of actually getting armies completed and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been a massive help, contrast paints for sure. And if I wasn't using contrast, I'll be way behind in what I'm doing at the moment. Not playing for me means lack of motivation to paint, sadly. Yeah, no, I get that. I can get that. Yeah, painting it does take a lot of time and effort for sure, and dedication. It's just one of those where you need that motivation. Obviously for me is this channel. Again, a lot of stuff painted, and yeah, telling the story and looking to get all that lore and all that good stuff out there, and yeah, having battles, which I love so many different things in each faction that I'm like, oof, that's why I've got so many armies. What army do you collect currently? Hello world. We're actually, if anyone's here, obviously brand new as well, welcome in. We do narrative battle reports. We also do community lore videos as well. So if you do have your own lore for your faction, your characters, your settlements, all that kind of good stuff, we do have a Discord collaboration with the Great Weave, and we on this Great Weave, which is a website, again, all the links are in the YouTube description or Facebook if you're watching from there, all that kind of good stuff. So what we'll do, we introduce your lore into our into the Great Weave and the Interstice Pocket Realm, which is what we've created. And then, yeah, your characters, your settlement, your faction obviously come to life. We'll have interactions with them during battles, maybe, or it could be your own story being told on our channel as well. So we've got quite a few lore videos done so far. So if that kind of thing appeals to you, obviously, by all means, check that out. And just let us know what you think. I still have to try contrasts. I have a bunch of normal paints to use for now. Yeah, I've got to say, contrast paints for me are a massive, massive win. I'm a massive convert, honestly. I can't say enough good things about them. I spend a few hours a night painting, and hence why now I'm streaming painting with Matt, if he was there. He's obviously still tending to his kids. But yeah, so with contrast, though, I don't manage. It's like this unit of 4 ogres now. You don't know if you can see them that well, but anyway, this unit of 4 ogres is probably the light's not that great, but those guys took me 2 evenings, probably a space of about 3 hours, if that. So, it's not bad at all, really, with contrast paints. And yeah, honestly, seriously, it's worth a shot if you haven't tried it so far. Highly recommend it. Corn Army, Ogre, and now just started. Ooh, Gloomspite, lovely. I can count. All right, my painting model on my fingers. Yeah. I used to be in that bracket as well. Believe me, I had so many unpainted miniatures. I've actually got a Stormcast army as well, but it's more they've come in with boxes with Nighthaunt and other start collecting. So it's kind of a very last army that I'm going to paint with. But seriously, contrast paints, give it a go if you like it. Obviously, then I think you'd become addicted and you'd be using those for all your armies because, well, for the vast majority anyway, it's just so simple, straightforward. The main thing is pooling, but you can keep on top of that quite easily. Yeah, I'd say I'd highly recommend it. I'd say go for it if you haven't tried it yet. Good old water. I'm just going to do some basing now. So this is working on Agrarian Earth texture. I think I need to buy more of this actually. I've running out, which isn't good. But I'm going into store tomorrow to collect my Flesh Eater coat box, which cannot wait. So excited. So excited. They'll be the next army I paint for sure. I've got some ideas with the heroes as well. So obviously, as you know, the courtiers, as you call them, with those guys, what I'm looking to do is have some as actual. I may not look at GW miniatures. Depends, depends if I find anything that I like there. But what I will be doing is looking for like knight kind of looking models, and I suppose Bretonia-esque, that kind of thing, where I'll represent them as the courtiers. So it's more of a, the illusion, if you like. So yeah, I think it's going to look really, really cool once it's done. But that's not going to be the whole army. That's just going to be specific heroes that will have that, having like a mortal miniature, if you like. Because then what's basically happening there as well is that you may see the ghouls for what they are, but because this courtier or the overall essence of the illusion or delusion, you're then flickering in game. You flicker in between images, and then you glance and see obviously the mortal, or how he thinks or how she thinks that they're perceived. So that's the idea behind that. So I'm really looking forward to getting that project started. I think it'll be really cool. I'm still on the hunt for some cool looking miniatures like knights and other bits. Ideally GW yet, but we'll see. To be honest, I was even tempted to do it for some crypt horrors as well, because I know they're classed as knights, I believe. So in terms of like law, I mean, you can class them as what you like, but in essence they are kind of like knights. So we might get like griff charges or something like that from Free Guild, and have those represented in that fashion, which might be pretty cool. Just mix and match. Just means that the illusion is coming and going from both sides. So I think that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, so glad it's a Friday. Whoop whoop. Might have a barbecue tomorrow, which is always good. Just me and the wife, though, because of certain restrictions. And I've got to say, one thing about painting for me is, although I do find it very therapeutic as well, I do really enjoy speed painting to an extent. It's like I love spending time on a miniature, don't get me wrong, but I also love just getting just the satisfaction of smashing through some models at good quality in terms of tabletop worthy. I mean, I've posted quite all the recent pictures on Instagram, to be honest, have been done with contrast paints. Flesh Eater Coach. Dragons are cool. I dislike the little ghoul, ugly ghouls. Yeah, I don't think they're meant to really. That's kind of a decent. I suppose it. Do you mean? I'm assuming you mean like the aesthetic. You mean like the actual miniatures you're not a fan of, not the fan of being ghouls themselves. Just because obviously, if it is because of that, then they're doing the job, which is a good thing. But I don't mind the ghouls, to be honest, that much. I think they're okay. They've held up well. Although the new, is it Beast Grave? I think they're called Beast Grave ghouls. I think they look pretty cool. That's another thing, actually. Flesh Eater Coats on a dragon as well. I'm like, ooh. I could either I might get an Emperor's, what do you call it? The Free Guild General on a Griffin, and represents him as a Terrorgeist or a dragon, or as long as it's on the right base, of course. But because again, the illusion, or I keep saying illusion, delusion, either one. Basically, the essence, in a sense, is radiating forth from him or her, and then it's like, and obviously, as the enemy, you're seeing this image flicker in and out of existence to an extent. So I think that might be a pretty good one. I'm still going to get the Terrorgeist from UK. So yeah, well, England to be exact, but northwest. So normally, what I tell people is in between Manchester and Liverpool is the best way to describe it. I think those cities are well known worldwide, I think. COVID, it's actually massively improving a lot. To be honest, the restrictions themselves, we're on course now. We can meet people outside for up to 6 people outside in the back garden, and outside in public as well. In some, I think, bars and pubs are open now as well, so people can obviously eat outside. This is or drink outside. But I think around the 18th of May, I think that's when you're allowed to go in to another person's house. Only like 2 households. Again, I think it's like no more than 6 people, something like that. And then I think like mid-June is when it's pretty much, do what you want kind of thing. That's the time. That's the roadmap anyway. So we'll see how it goes. Because, we've been down this road before and we've gone back in. So, but so far it's looking positive. I think half the population now has been vaccinated with the first vaccine, first jab. So we are making, I believe, decent progress, but we'll see. I mean, to be honest, I think all of us have been affected by it. I know well, say personally, I have with family and so on. Obviously, who've got it. Obviously, some people have had it a lot worse. But yeah, I think we're on a decent path at the moment with the vaccine rollout, which is awesome for everyone. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. If you are working on any hobbies or anything, just let us know. That'll be awesome. You do see an empty place below, which is where Matt would be. He's just tending to his kids at the moment, which obviously, priorities needs must. But no, welcome to the stream. It's great having you here. It's one thing I actually love about this hobby as well, the amount of great people in this community. And this is just another way to connect. So it's great. Don't touch the knob. Nobla. Now, I think let's thicken this up a little bit more. I think we're almost done then. Whew. Great stuff. Oh, Seraphon. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. Seraphon, aka Lizard Men. Yeah, no, Seraphon are awesome. And the reason why I said Lizard Men is because they were my very first army into Warhammer or Warhammer Fantasy back 20 years ago now. But yeah, they were my very first army. I have so much love for now Seraphon for sure. Slam Age Priest, have you got a Slan leading your force? Because I think that's such an epic model. I still absolutely love the Slan. And Lord Croak, looks so good. Stoked to actually see him on the tabletop. Get a real buzz from hearing what people are working on as well. Let's love it. It's great. I was going to say, if you are new to the channel here as well, check it out. We've got, if you're really into narrative kind of style as well, I think it'll be right up your street. So we do have, our battle reports are very much, well, you can see on screen here, are very much narrative style in terms of how it's told. We do match play games, but then tell it in a narrative fashion. So we do voiceovers, all that kind of good stuff with a bit of special effects and sound effects, all that kind of good stuff. And we also get the community involved too. We have community lore videos, which they can place within the Mortal Realms or the pocket realm that we have, and you become part of the story, which is very cool. And we do look to create lore videos for you as well. So we've actually got quite a few lore videos at the moment from the community. And we do, if you're interested in that kind of thing, honestly, join Discord, reach out to us in Dice Sagas section there. We'll hit you up, definitely. We're always keen to obviously hear what the other stories around the community for sure. We're just actually in the middle of fleshing out the pocket realm even more. So the more stories, the more settlements, all that kind of good stuff, it'll be awesome. And then eventually we're going to look to do a campaign or an event even. Kragnos, who is he? See, I want to say it's difficult because me and Matt are torn. Because Matt thinks it's something chaotic. I think it's more order. I think it's more Kernothy to an extent, because it does look kind of like that. It might be his new name. Who knows? But no, in all honesty, I'm hoping it's a form of order. So, who knows? It could be a new destruction. In truth, I think. I hope, should I say, I can't really tell what it is, but I hope it's going to be more Sylvaneth, or like something you can link to the Sylvaneth, I'd say, is what I hope. Just to flesh it out a bit more and move the story along, all that kind of good stuff. But who knows? In truth, again, Matt thinks it's chaos. Could be. It could be destruction, because I think they, in terms of fleshing out more factions, I think destruction could do with possibly another one, but who knows? Who knows? Yes, aka Space Lizardmen, aka they are dinosaurs riding bigosauruses. Yeah. No, honestly, Lizardmen are awesome. Do you have a Slamage Priest? I hope so, because they're my absolute favorite miniature for Seraphon. And it's going to say you collect the. This is the ones where they have the dream, right? Where they conjure up the lizard or Saurus warriors, skinks, all that kind of stuff from their dreams. Is that right? Because I think this has been split right into physical manifestations to the kind of light demon from dreams kind of thing. I have lore written down for a Slime Mage Priest. Ooh. Lord Pepike. I think I pronounced that right. I may have totally butchered that. Yes, that's a meme. I like it, actually. That's pretty good. But I haven't bought a model yet because I have 100 Saurus Sprain. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I can get that. But no, honestly, if you got some lore written down, and you're interested in joining it and into the Great Weave, into our pocket realm, the Interstice, then by all means, hit us up on Discord and let us know. Share the story. I hope some Beasts of Chaos or Destruction too. Maybe a new Destruction faction for AOS 3, Stormcast versus Kragnos boys. Yeah, to be honest, that could be very, very true. Some like absolutely, you don't want to say wild too much just because you do have beastmen. So beastmen for me are like the wild. So I want to, if it is chaos, I'll be very intrigued to see what it is. If it's destruction, I can envisage it a lot more, I think. But yeah, but we have to just wait and see, I guess. Talking Seraphon, opinions on the new Slam model. Oh, I'll tell you what, Lord Croak, absolutely amazing. Oh, it looks like we've got Matt back now. Great.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. We've just been talking around the Kragnos and what we think it may be, and then also we're talking a bit about Seraphon as well and the new Lord Croak miniature.
Right. Okay.
So I've said that you're very much thinking more chaos themed to an extent.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, I'm thinking destruction or order related to Sylvan Espo, but in truth, not too sure.
But hard to say. Who knows?
Exactly. I think the new Slam Mage, though, so good. I love Lord Croak. Matt knows it's dangerous when I say that because it means a new army's on the horizon.
Not dangerous for me, just dangerous for your bank account.
No, that's all right. It'd be all right.
Worth it.
It's worth every penny's worth it. Yeah. It looks amazing. It sure does. Yeah, so what you can see here is this is the ritual that's taken place, and this is what happened. We've been talking about narrative battle reports and stuff. That's been happening a bit. So this is the end of chapter 1.
Let's see. Just have a quick catch up on what's been going on in chat.
Paul, I'm considering how to proceed in my law with the Carcassonne Gateway. Should someone come through the someone come through from the Carcassonne side, or should someone discover it in the Interstice side?
I was kind of curious, actually. I was reading about it, and I'm thinking you're leaning heavily towards the Slaanesh side. I can't really help you out too much with that because I don't have Slaanesh in my army list. But I do have Khorne and potentially Slaves to Darkness sometime in the near future.
I think.
Do you want me to get involved with it that way somehow? Have some Khorne guys discover it and kind of do something with that, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking as well. What you could do is we could stumble across it in terms of a gate, and obviously in terms of it being there, and then we can then once we've had our battles, something triggers it, or something happens in terms of it could trigger by itself, and obviously our army's like, oh damn, let's get out of here, kind of thing. And then obviously in the narrative lore that we do tell after a battle or during a battle or anything like that, we can have obviously like demons and stuff come in which have an impact on the battle itself, that kind of thing as well. So in essence we could stumble across it, and obviously from the gateway itself, you guys or this Slaanesh army would come through some magic, some weird wonderful things happening during the battle, and that would have an impact as well, and that could be an introduction to yourself having more battles and all that kind of stuff. Is a thought. As I told my girlfriend once, the money in the bank is temporal, but the glory of conquering the realms, the old world, the 41st millennium for sure. Priorities is everything.
Paul, I was wondering, does your portal connect? Does that connect to the Chaos realm, or does it connect to, Slaanesh's realm or something specific, Ulgu or somewhere? Like, where does it connect to exactly? I saw you mention in chat and Discord that it's somehow related to your Slaanesh group, but I wasn't quite sure where it led to. So do you want to clarify that maybe a little bit, and then we can work it into the narrative?
Yeah, I think, again, we'll let Paul clarify it, but I believe he's created his own Chaos pocket realm to an extent.
Okay.
Which is obviously being completely dominated, and Chaos have truly taken over in that sense. And it's obviously them venturing into the pocket realm, and ever since the ritual obviously occurred, then that's happened. Hello, Will. The Carcassonne Gateway. Am I missing something? Yes. You need to join our Discord. No, this is so Paul is part of the Discord community as well, and what we're looking at doing is merging his lore into the Interstice pocket realm, which is our pocket realm. So as you know, within Age of Sigmar lore, there are loads of pocket realms, and our stories, our lore, factions, all that kind of good stuff is held within this pocket realm. However, it's not to say that obviously others within the mortal realms that they can venture in. So we do have random like portals, we have realm gates, we have all that kind of good stuff like rifts, and obviously if it's chaos, your demons, say, we have rifts and all that kind of stuff as well. Idoneth Deepkin, obviously they have their realm gates too, or their equivalent, that can come into the realm, have all kinds of fun, and then what would happen then is it would actually get, well, if they want to return to their mortal realm, for instance, that can happen. Obviously, that's no problem within the lore as well. And it's entirely up to you how you want to try and, again, you can either potentially come into the Interstice pocket realm, as you can see here on screen, and then what will happen is you could spend, like, say, 50 years here and so on, and then if you venture back through and back to the mortal realms, only minutes could have gone by. So, or vice versa, or it could be perfectly fine. It's entirely up to you how you want to interpret it, and obviously with your lore as well. So we want to try and basically the idea of this project, this channel, is to actually merge the community's lore and have a kind of like funnel, if you like. So it's like goes into this interstitial pocket realm. You can establish your own little settlement, but it's not to say you have to stay there. You can go back to the mortal realms in your lore, come back in, all that kind of good stuff. Hopefully that answers the question, and I haven't sent you through a maze. So, Matt, there you go. So it's typing in response to the first thing, but hit the character.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so and the Great Weave talks about it, but Nova 2018 I had narrative breakthrough and let's create a sub-realm. There you go, that's it, sub-realm. So still, I'm just going to pronounce the shiny crystal thingy, and used it to tear a piece off of Ulgu. Very cool. Like the sound of that.
Interesting.
And to be honest, I am very fascinated to see what happens with Ulgu as well. When they actually obviously eventually discover it. Well, you know what I mean by discover it, where miniatures come from there, like Malarion and all that kind of stuff.
I'm interested in what's going to happen with Chaman after the events of Bellicor.
Yeah, all types of weird and wonderful things are happening there.
I don't really call them wonderful. It's mostly just weird and terrifying.
Depends on the perspective.
It's a matter of perspective, really.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, I don't want to go into too much, but I think it is like the very end with the Kharadron Overlords. That little section. I was like, ooh, maybe something Broken Realm is going to happen with for the Dwarden, which I believe it is going to happen anyway, because I think I saw a leak before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, a while back. Yeah, saying something about the White Dwarf.
Ooh.
Or Grimnir. Or Grugni. Sorry, Grugni. Not Grimnir. Grimnir is the Fire Slayer chap. Well, not the Fire Slayer chap, but the people the Fire Slayers worship. So that'll be interesting. Just doing some good rimming at the moment.
Sure you we're not going to get banned off YouTube for that?
No, it's all right. Because all I'm doing is, well, you know what? I'm painting.
Sure.
I always wondered, you could play a baseball game through Realm Gate. Well, don't think anyone's ever tried. You could always give it a go. The ball may get lost in the void, but It's a great thing, though, isn't it? About like what you call it, like realm gates in a way. It's just because they've mentioned it to be like, or some realm gates are small, some are obviously large, some can fit whole armies walking through kind of thing. And yes, I just love the whole concepts of the realm gates. It took a little while to grow on me, to be honest. Obviously from the old days, if you like, from the world that was. But yeah, I really like the concept now.
I think it opens up a lot more possibilities, kind of like basically what we're doing. Because I mean, if this was taking place in the old world, we wouldn't really have this kind of flexibility with it, really.
No, not at all.
You're kind of stuck in the old world, and that is all there is to it, really.
Oh no, for sure, I agree with that. Paul, I want to set a free city in Shamon, but there's no city of Sigmar.
Make one.
Let's do it. Do it.
Just do it.
Nope. Oh, city in the realm of metal sound metal to me.
Sounds pretty metal.
Okay. I think all I've got to do now on these bases is just put the grass on, and then that's that unit done.
Nice.
Which is always a good thing. Always a good thing. Yeah. I agree. Reject the written law, embrace the randomness. Well, exactly that. That's the beauty of it, right? Go. That's why I'm going to keep saying it, but the Interstice pocket realm. You can have and do what you like. In fact, there's this one guy that I watch on Twitch, Alchemist Painting, and he submitted an entry as well. This is a while ago when we were doing a competition, and for a city called Contrastia, because he's a contrast painter, and he was, and obviously these denizens of the city itself were. Where it was like at one point it's like very dreary, drab, and all that kind of stuff. And then as this mage obviously came through, ad-libbing a little bit, adding me a little spin here, but this mage came through and introduced like the colors of like different types of magic and all this kind of stuff. And then so the people then become a lot more vibrant, embrace the magic side. Obviously, the city's full of weird and wonderful colors, and it's kind of it radiates a magical like aura of like I don't know what the best way to describe it really, but it's like it's a bit of protection, but it's more just like just imagine you're high or something. That sense, just like pure enlightened kind of vibe in a way is what I'm trying to get at. So it's pretty good concepts. I like that. I like this just from his channel. He had that kind of vibe, which is pretty good. I mentioned the rules. Your army must be from the realm.
Is that a rule in the cities of Sigmar? I didn't realize.
And that the city we're using is in it. That said, yes, absolutely. Yeah, to be honest, I've got a Cities of Sigmar book, but I've not really gone through it properly.
I thought it was you pick a representative city, and kind of like how you have like supposedly like if you play Stormcast, if you have Stormhost, like the big 8, you don't have to actually be whatever that Stormhost is, but I just play with their rules. My way around is that my guy has their leadership style, so that's why they get their rules. I'm perfectly fine with that. I mean, like I don't think there's anything rule-wise that says like you must be from this realm in order to use this Cities of Sigmar rules, as far as I'm aware of. Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
So, I was saying a friend of mine was going to go cities, but most of the models are made to order, so not cheaper. No, okay. See, it's one of the things about the cities of Sigmar, which I've always been a bit hesitant to an extent, is because a lot of the range is from the world that was there from fantasy. So it's like, am I going to invest now or should I wait? Is there going to be something down the line? But then again, who knows? That's the whole idea, right? I mean, obviously they're still selling. Cities is still a great army that's in use. So yeah, just go for it. If you like the models, I'd say just go for it as well. There is a Cities of Sigma, I'm fairly certain. If not, we'll happily set in Shaman.
I mean, lore-wise, there is one, but rules-wise, I'm not sure. I don't think there is one rules-wise. But then again, screw the rules.
I love that. Said, reading a salesman voice. Do you want to do that, Matt?
Oh dear. Come to live in the Interstice. We have Skaven, the Chaos, corpse-eating aberrations, but still... No, I'm terrible at doing that.
I appreciate that. That was good attempts.
Your turn, you give it a go.
Oh dear. I'm going to have to... Come live in the Interstice. We have Skaven and Chaos and corpse-eating aberrations, but still... There you go. It's a bit of a... It's not really a salesman, it's an AOS salesman. Oh, that'll do. But no, very true. We need to get more order settlements in the... Because at the moment, settlement-wise, we have literally... Well, we've got... not Hell's, is it? Hell's Peak, I think it's called, with Fireslayer Lodge. So we have got an order settlement in there somewhere.
I mean, I just need to not submit. I just need to record my my city for my Stormcast, Harmonia, and along with that, the lore for my Stormcast as well.
As for the models, you can always go third party, and that I 100% agree with. As for my steam tanks, I remember you've 3 steam tanks, or you have an army of steam tanks, I think it was. A resin fantasy steam tanks from another manufacturer, fair dues, fair play.
Oh, hello world. Have to go to sleep now. Good night, good hobbying, and good night. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you, and take care. Hope to see you again. Right, I think what we got. How dry? Are these dried enough? No, not yet. Almost. I would get the hairdryer, but obviously that might...
Bit noisy.
Yeah. Wake her up from her slumber. Oh, really? Oh, I'm going to read... Where's my book? I'm going to read about these snotlings, not snotlings, these noblars, see how good they are. Yeah, because I'm thinking if they're, not that great, then I'm just not going to bother.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I haven't set my city down anywhere yet. If you need more order. Yeah, honestly, Paul, go for it.
Have at her. Throw her down.
Yeah, as we talked about it before briefly, that we're going to be looking at breaking down the map that we got into regions, so it's a lot more detailed as well. So that's going to be coming in the future. And so these settlements that we do have, we'll look to compile, place, and all that kind of good stuff, which will bring it to life a lot more. Laughs and soars. Maybe you guys need some great plan. Reptilian eyebrows moving. Exactly that. That's what I was saying about. You've got your what do you call it? Your Slam Age Priest, right? Well, the lore for your Slan. You've not actually got the miniature just yet, but get that lore in there. I was going to say as well, you don't necessarily have to have the miniatures as well when we do the lore videos, for the community lore videos, that is. Because obviously, you may just want to create lore for a certain faction that you enjoy. But if you have your miniatures, it's something that we tend to obviously get the pictures of, obviously then create the videos and then demonstrate those miniatures in the video as well, just to help demonstrate your awesome work that you've done. So tell you what, Matt, these Iron Guts, I think if we don't, I don't know whether next game, if we have our next game is AOS rather than Warcry, then I might use, depending on again the size of the army that we're going to use point wise, but I might use the ogres. Just give them a go. Then nothing like too crazy or special, but I've got about 3 units and obviously in the tyrant. So
I'll send in my corn guys maybe.
Yeah. My ogres are hungry. Nom 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 nom.
Let's see. Let's go with Flesh Terrors. Flesh Terror Red. What's your favorite contrast paint? What have you used the most of, do you think?
I think as a collective, the browns are amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's so. They've just got. I think they've got like what they've got. So you've got Sigor brown, you've got Snakebite leather, you've got Agaros dunes, you've got Garganta fur, and I think you've got some Wildwood as well. So I don't think I missed one. I may have missed one, but they're the ones I have. And so you got 5 different types there. And yeah, honestly, with fur, with obviously like leather, any straps, anything really, they're just great. So I'd probably say as a collective, they're the best.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I haven't used very many browns, so I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, with my Sylvaneth, though, I went very much using the Apothecary White for the bark.
Right.
That works a treat. That was so good. Probably one of the best contrast painted armies, to be honest, the Sylvaneth. Skaven are good, but I think they're next level.
I mean, Skaven were your first ones, so probably like your tester ones.
Yeah, very true.
Kind of refined it a little bit more by now, I think.
Yeah. Right. Where's my book? That's what I was doing. Oh, here we go. I know I can use them in Warcry. Just to probably soak up the points if I need to.
Or the Noblars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, yeah, true. Nuno there. If you want to set something in Shaman, read Broken Realms Be'lakor first.
Yeah. Don't get too attached.
No. Well, in theory, my constellation Salaxi Moor, I may have butchered that as well, is pretty friendly towards other races except elves. Well, so far, in terms of what we have there, I think we've got one. At this moment in time, obviously, there are more technically, if you think about lore-wise, but yeah, we do have some. What are they called now? Is it Wanderers, isn't they called? What Wood Elves used to be called. The Adam from obviously our communities. He's got some really good lore for the elves, for his elves. I shall say no more because spoilers. Yes, indeed. We've been holding back as well. So a unit of Noblars has any number of models, each armed with sharp stuff and a motley assortment of weapons. Ooh. Tell you what, Matt, you're going to be running in fear. They're armed with sharp stuff.
I like how specific it is.
Yeah. So roll 1 dice for each enemy unit within 3 inches of a model from this unit. After that enemy unit is finished charging on the 6th, that enemy unit suffers D3 more wounds. That's for its trappers. Not bad. It's not bad at all, to be honest, for the unit. But to be honest, I think I've actually got a lot of the Noblars to paint. I could actually have a unit of them, but I'm just trying to read to see whether they're actually form part of a unit or. So any tribal banner? No. I think they're just classed as a unit, you know. You're like a separate unit. I don't think they're actually an attachment to anything. No. Okay, so I might just leave them. Yeah. I might just leave those champs. Another good reason to set it in the interstice. I won't have to get the face from Nuno. Oh, yes, indeed. Another good reason. You could be underrun into the interstice. Yeah, in fact, Mark, this is one thing we've talked about it, but we haven't really explored it as much, which is the space in between, because obviously we have all the realms represented on the continent, on the island, or whatever you want to call it, and in between, like the borders of each realm, we've talked about it a little bit, but I think we can go into a lot more detail in the future with. We could maybe even have a battle there, across one of the borders to help flesh out
what the borders look like.
Yeah, what they look like. Yeah, because obviously at this moment in time, it's not really. We've gone into like where like crystals transform into like all types of like like for instance, if it's Shaiish or Ulgu, and then if you had like crystals that form along the border or something, and transform and morph back and forth into different things. It can be like I think we need to go into a bit more detail with that, probably flesh it out a bit either with a separate video altogether, or maybe with a battle report or something, and have a battle.
Could do that, yeah.
Well, Paul, you got our vote with the interstice, so
yeah. Feel free to move in. Plenty of space.
Yeah.
Always expanding.
Ever expanding. Okay, where's my greenery? Whoa. Okay. In fact, I'm going to get the Warcry book as well. Let's have a look, see how much they cost. Point-wise.
What, the Noblar?
Yeah, I'm just thinking now. So Noblar, 45 points. They have sneaky traps. Until the end of the battle round, each time an enemy fighter finishes a move action within 3 inches of this fighter, that fighter suffers impact damage.
It's not
I was
bad.
thinking it's more of a space filler anyway.
I mean, how many points does it cost?
45.
Yeah, so I mean, like if you have,
I think that's fair,
less than 100, that's something.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
exactly.
I'm imagining your ogres cost more than 100.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I mean, it's a good space filler.
I always wondered what to do Stormcast do in their free time. Do they are they like normal people?
Wait for my lore. Wait for my lore. You'll get a slice of life.
Yeah.
Drinking's involved.
Oh yeah. I think they do most epic tennis games ever using hammers instead of rackets. Love it. It's a good point, though. I don't know. I mean, I think it depends on the storm host, but yeah. I don't think they've really gone into details. Leave it up to you to decide.
I think there's been a few books which kind of like give you a bit more idea of what they do, like outside of time, and it's kind of very human-like almost. Some of them, at least.
Yeah, I mean, one of the ones I can't remember the book now. Is one with the Night Haunt when they first came about. And obviously, it's during an audiobook anyway. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. But there is a bit of a chit chat around that as well and what they do. But then again, a lot of it was like standing guard, and some of them were exploring a library, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they do other things that are less boring.
No, of course.
I mean, if I remember correctly, there's one novel or one short story or something where, like, I think the Stormcast, like, they couple up, have sex, etc.
Okay.
So I mean, they do act humanish because that's what they are. Basically, it's just with godly powers.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just like thinking, I said, in my lore, I'm gonna have one of them, be a bit of a drinker. Another one's gonna be a bit of a bit more humor.
Mm.
And they all have their own personality. I mean, I think Stormcasts, what turned people off before was like they're going to be like no-name robots with no personality, and that'd be dull. And it's just not the case with them at the moment or anymore. They've kind of fleshed them out quite a bit more. I think a lot of fan favorites are Hamilcar. I haven't actually read about him yet, but everyone seems to love him.
What he's a bear eater, bear.
Yeah, Hamilcar bear eater.
Yeah, no, I remember audiobook again, but yeah, he's good fun. So, Leandro, since the temple city of my constellation is a port city, and they like to trade with other races, they designed their own dice game. So, what game is this then? Elaborate.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like a group of Stormcast playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah. You have to meet Hamilcar Bear Eater then, Lord Celestin, Castellan, sorry, of the Astral Templars. He's very boisterous. He's like bellows all the time and all that kind of stuff. He's great fun. Oh, very, very extremely overconfident.
Like I think he's had like a conversation with Sigmar personally as well, and it's kind of funny from what I understand.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that, but yeah, take your word for it. I can truly imagine that.
So yeah, I think Stormcast will do basically whatever humans would do on their spare time.
Yeah.
They're not all about just, guard duty this, go that, quest that. They will have off time, they will do things, I'm sure. Especially there seems like some that are very more like they want to be more human, or they want to capture more of their human aspects back. So I'm sure they would pursue things like, being more human, trying to blend in with human society a bit more.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's just the whole. I mean, that's why I was intrigued quite a lot by the Obviously, like the memory side of things as well, because, well, as you know, they don't retain the full essence of who they were, do they? Really?
Yeah.
So that'd be quite interesting. It's always great character development as well, but because every time you get killed, you potentially lose more of yourself, which I always like the idea of. I think that's pretty good.
I mean, it gives them a lot more consequence to their death, because
Yeah.
I think initially everyone was like, "Oh, so they're just immortal." Yeah.
Oh, I have done it! I have done it! My iron guts are complete. Huzzah!
You missed a spot.
Onions and flagons. Okay. I was looking now, so I need to get. I could potentially start working on the Gutbusters, I guess. Yeah, because the Noblars, I'm like, not bothered. Especially not right now, anyway.
I mean, if you finish the unit, that's good enough. Call it a day.
Definitely. There you go. Definitely got the game down as well. Oh. Yeah, so this is where the Fire Slayer Lodge is based. And then Penumbra Lowlands. It should be pretty cool when we flesh it out even more. I hope everyone in chat is having a good time.
We got 5 people watching. It's more than I was expecting.
It was Friday. Well, for us it's Friday night, but obviously different time zone, so it's not bad. Apologies for the noise. Just getting out my Gutbusters. Well, Matt, if you ever need some ogre heads for any trophies or anything like that, just let us know.
Do you got a lot spare?
I've got tons.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I might find a use for some, because corn, you know.
Oh, yes.
If you ever need Stormcast heads, I got loads as well.
Oh, cool. Time to assemble. Oh, I'm pretty chuffed with that, with my iron guts. You always get a great satisfaction, don't you, when you complete a unit? It's like, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, I'm considering how to expand my cities armies past steam tanks now. That I'm all excited about it. I could just run 6 tanks with with little else, but 4 tanks plus actual stuff sounds more fun. Yeah, I mean, it depends. You got the tanks anyway, so you could always interchange and obviously just take out a few, and get those other units in there if you want to add a bit more creativity. But Yeah, I mean, obviously it's entirely to you, and obviously how your lore is around your faction.
I always find variety to be the most fun thing about armies, because it might not always be the most competitive or best way to play, but like having a bunch of different units makes it so much more interesting, I think. I mean, the thing I love about playing my Stormcast is that I can play it like a multitude of different ways. I could do very heavy on Liberators, like heavy on the Warrior Chamber, or heavy on the what are they called, Vanguards, or the Sacrosanct, or a mix of them, or whatever else. I like that. And the same thing with the City as a Sigmar, just because you have so many more options. You can do, you can do a lot of elves, a lot of humans, a lot of dwarves, mix of all, mix of none, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah. Nice one, Nuno. Thank you for popping by and obviously chatting with us. It's been great. Take care, and
All right.
hopefully see you again.
See you next time.
Oh yeah, I just mean it would be more themey, to be better variety, like like including some Darkling Coven models. Ooh, with steam tanks would be weird and unique. It would be, and
Only weird as much as you'd want it to be. Because I mean, if it's normal,
yeah,
if it's normal for your lore, normal for your city, then why not go for it?
Exactly that.
I'm sure you could think of a way to write it in as being, that's normal for the city.
And on top of that as well, I think if you on the tabletop, if you have the a theme running through your army, obviously that'll help blend everything together as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about themes or just getting like a unit cohesion or army cohesion, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You can paint very similar styles. You can have different insignias. Like if you have like a custom coat of arms for your city or something, and then you paint that onto flags, banners, whatever else, all that stuff for each of your units, even though they might not make sense from a gameplay perspective. Like you have Dark Coven with Wood Elves, with Dward, and whatever else. As long as you paint them with something that linking them all together, it's good enough. Or if you like to convert stuff, you can convert them to have like, I think that I've seen someone with like a Fire Slayer Lodge, but they work very closely with Stormcast, so they give them like pieces of Stormcast armor, and that's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, I like that. Paul agrees. To summarize that statement, how many Stormcast do you think is? Is it me or am I just going a bit tired? How many Stormcasts do you think it? Painting the scale. I was like, painting scales is melting my brain.
Understandable.
Totally. I mean, weird in a good way, not average. Absolutely. The cities includes elves. So I found. So I figured out which elves. Okay, cool. No, that sounds awesome. In fact, I've just been watching this anime series as well. I think it's called Dota.
Oh yeah, Dota's really nice. It's based off of the video game.
Yeah, so I've just, in fact, I just finished the series on Netflix just today, actually. And
it's very enjoyable, I think.
Yeah, it's really good. What just reminded me was the elf talk. Come on, you Gutbusters.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's Gimli's axe in the background, which is my pride and joy as well. I just need to help myself out here by cleaning my desk soon. So much stuff. I'm looking to get a set of drawers actually to put a lot more stuff in, which would absolutely clean everything up so much more, give me more space in my my cabinet as well.
Yeah, I know. Hobby space is always quite limited, isn't it? No matter how much table space you have, no matter how much room you have, it's never quite enough.
Very true. Netflix is doing anime series. Sorry, let me just reread that. Netflix is better doing animated series than live action series, and you can't change my mind. Well, I wouldn't try, sir. I would not try. The animated series are pretty cool.
The couple that they've made so far are quite decent. Although, I don't know, I think The Witcher was quite good, and that was a Netflix series, right?
Was it? I don't know. Well, in my opinion, The Witcher was pretty good. I thought The Witcher itself, they could have helped themselves out a lot more with the time preference, time zones, you know what I mean? By like, I thought they jumped back and forth far too much. I was like, I thought she was heat, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mind-boggling thing for a bit.
Yeah, so I thought they could have done a bit more there, but I agree, it was a great series. I did like it. But I liked the thing is on Netflix as well. Dracula.
Castlevania.
Castlevania. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, Castlevania was quite nicely done as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I don't know if it's not the same. It's not the same studio that did Dota, though. I don't think, but it's a very similar art style. I find
it is. Yeah, I thought that.
It's quite nice though. Yeah. Witcher was a pretty good independent series, just not the most, probably not the greatest as an adaptation. It's not right though, I think. I mean, considering how bad video game adaptations can be, I think they did pretty alright.
No. Mortal Kombat.
Oh God.
They're bringing out a new Mortal Kombat film, aren't they?
Are they?
Oh yeah. Get over here. Love it.
Like I can get the
Guile.
Desire for that.
Van Damme who played Guile. Loved it.
Man, that stuff, like, it's so cringy watching some of those movies. But yeah, you're never gonna get like a full video game adaptation that's as good as the video game. It's just not possible, just because it's a different medium, a different everything, really. I mean, if you take any video game and put it into a film or TV series, it's just not quite the same experience. It's not going to be the same, it's just not the same. And there's no way around it. You can't really fit the same story, the same, emotion that evokes from playing a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so much more immersive when you're playing a video game, because you're playing that video game's character. You're playing the protagonist or whoever else, and you're really sunk into it. You invest into it for so much more than, watching something happening on a screen that you have no control over, right?
No, I agree. I was trying to think of other computer game adaptations. So you got Street Fighter, you've got
there's like the old Super Mario Brothers.
Oh yeah,
that was a disaster. I think Tomb Raider was all right, I guess.
No, in a way. I get that. I thought Tomb Raider wasn't too bad.
I haven't watched the Assassin's Creed game or the movies yet, so I have no comment on that.
You know what? Me neither. I can't really comment on that one. Hitman could have done better with that.
I mean, yeah. That's the thing. Like, a lot of these games are they have a specific gameplay style that people resonate with, and you can't get that in a movie, really.
Mm.
I mean, it's pretty boring to watch, the hitman going through and planning out an assassination it's not really conducive to an action movie. If you're playing Hitman right, you shouldn't even have much action except for when you kill the target. And even then, it's kind of like you're trying to hide the fact that you're doing it.
Not the way I play.
Well, yeah, it depends on how you want to play, I suppose.
I always got me and my brother, because after we were talking like a long time ago with the game, but me and my brother did a lot. He's the stealthy one. I was like, "Where's the? Give me the grenade. Give me something. I'll go in and just think of me as like heavy weapons team."
Poison the diplomat. Well, a grenade's a type of poison, right?
So,
Age of Nagash, we are not worthy.
Oh, all right, fella. How is it going in Shaish? So Alejandro it says, as random dilemma, I want to make a Caradron Overlord army, but if I do, my girlfriend is going to kick me out of the house. To be or not to be, I say, just do it. You'll be flying on ships. You won't need a house. Yeah, good. Like that Aether Gold. Just get it done.
All right, I think I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah.
Not bad. Finished 2 bridges, 2 doors, and my... I don't know what to call him anymore. Librarian? Not librarian. What are those things called? Whatever he is. That guy with the stick. The Space Marine.
Stick guy. Or the chaplain.
Yeah. Chaplain, that's the word. Chaplain.
Yeah. No, that's good. Good show.
Anyways, thank you for having me on here.
No, it's all good. I was going to say, I'll end up wrapping up as well in a sec, because
it's getting kind of late.
Yeah, I'm just going to finish gluing this ogre.
All right, sounds good. Have a good night, everyone, or have a good afternoon. What was it? Good morning, good afternoon, and good day, or good night. Something of that sorts.
All right, take care. I'll talk to you later. So Paul's got a run as well, but seriously, considering my free city at the moment, you should do. Honestly, the elf with the steam tank sounds awesome. It really does. To join the Interstice, hells yeah, get that done. KO is worth more than the girlfriend. Preach. Preach. As I said, you're gonna have those flying ships. You'll be good. You'll be good. Be all right. Take care, Paul. Have a good night. Or, I think it's night over there. Can't remember. But take care, mate. I'll talk to you on Discord, possibly. Alejandro. Here, obviously, the main divide of poison. A grenade overdose. For sure. For sure. Whew. All right, so tonight, Matt has completed his chaplain, which is pretty good. He's done some more Warcry terrain, again, which is pretty good. I have completed and finished painting my Iron Guts, which I am really chuffed about. And then I started working on my Gutbusters, which ain't bad either. Probably going to give it another about 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to call it myself, because I've been up since about almost 24 hours. Okay. Agent Agash, if you're still there, mate, what you've been working on? What are you doing? And anyone in chat as well, as always. I've actually talked about you, Agent Agash, a few times already. But if you're not following Agent Agash, drop him a follow, because he's a cool dude. And obviously, great content. Right, so that's first time for everything. I'm assembling first time on stream as well, which may not be a good idea, because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh. Okay, so I think now good defeat. What else do I need? Need to start working on the weapons. Okay, let's do the stomach armor, and then that'll be good for those guys. Then they're done. Well, not done, but done for tonight. Is that? I'm very cool, thank you. Just got back from late gym session. Oh, you know what? You are bossing it, mate. I've not. My workout routine is very minimal at the moment. Literally, all I've done, I'd say, is just been on, because I used to play like tennis, football, and all that stuff. You know, way like a year ago now. But all I've been done is like on the Wii Fit. You know, the like circuit, you know, the ring kind of thing. But that's been, you know, it's been useful. It's served a job. Sounds like you two got a lot of painting done. Yeah. Over 2 streams, the Iron Guts have been done. Matt's just finished the commission for a chaplain, which is pretty cool. Now I think that his commission work's done now, so I think he's going to move on to just focus on terrain and that kind of good stuff. Hell's bells. I've been having problems with these links, I tell you. Well, I'll put it in chat in 2 seconds. Just give me a sec. Do. I've just put it in chat, so try that out. And if not, I'll update the description afterwards in the video. So, because it's not, it's actually collaborations on the actual Discord server. So I'm collaborating with what do you call it, from Keegan from the Great Weave. So it's kind of a joint sesh. Okay. Need more stomach armor. Decent efforts. Also, really like the imagery on the right of the screen. Oh, cheers, mate. Cheers. Yeah, this is, for those who don't know, these are all of our battle reports that we do. Obviously, not obviously, but we do heavily narrative battle reports. So our matches themselves are match play games, and then we transform them into narrative styled battle reports. So we do voiceovers. Agent Agash has been gracious enough to do some voiceovers for us as well, and he's also got some ogre voiceovers to do, which I'm looking forward to hearing. And we also do, distracted. We also do community lore videos as well. So if you have any lore for your factions, your settlement, your characters, what we do, we include them within this pocket realm, the Interstice. And on the back of that, we then look to create community lore videos. So we've done in fact, this is another one. You can see it there with the little imagery below the staff. That's Hellglass Peak. That's a 5-slay lodge from the community. We also have Corpse Castle, which they Flesh Eater Courts, and a Slanesh one. And I'm trying to remember what the hell that was called. Dread Hollow. There you go. Got it in the end. So yeah, we also have Dread Hollow as well. which is a Slanishy area. And we're going to have many more down the line, which is going to be pretty cool. Those ogre lines will hurt eardrums. Yeah, I don't know whether you can see it, but this is the chap you're doing. So he's giving a good bellow, good shout out there. So that's the guy you're going to be acting as. Also, may have to just move away from the mic and give it a good shout, so it's not as bad. Do I want to do that? No. Let's keep it. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple. So, if you've just joined as well, you may see it says streaming with or live with Christian and Matt. Matt has left. Yeah, he's just put his kids to bed, and I think some of them are stirring again, so he has to attend. Will do. Also, hope this is a monument to Nagash in the Pocket Realm. Tell you what, you know what? I'm about to say, you know what, Nagash? Like I'm actually talking to Nagash, Agent Nagash. You know what? If you want to put in any lore you want, honestly, mate, feel free to do so, because I know you've got a lot of love for your Flesh Eater courts. In fact, I've actually just bought the book the other day. I think I told you on your channel, on your comments. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using those, or painting, and not necessarily building, but painting for sure. Yeah, they use belly armor on the ogres. In theory, all the entries in the lore contest joined the Interstice, right? So historically, when we first started out, we had a lot of community input. So these are for the competitions. Then what we decided to do after that, because obviously these were some our like older videos, I like to say. So some of those older videos ended up, we basically moved on a little bit from there. So I reached out to all the ones who submitted entries and said, do you fancy doing it? Do you fancy having that within the Pocket Realm? And obviously, yeah, some of them, yeah, sure, go for it. So we've started to slowly add them into the Pocket Realm as well. There are still some which sat with the actual people, because they're like developing more, because now they know it's going to be in the Great Weave. So they're going to, yeah, they've started to flesh out their stories a bit more now, rather than just a comment under YouTube kind of thing. But yeah, so we will be doing future competitions again as well. So obviously, well, with the winners. But yeah, in theory, all ones that do get submitted, if they want to include it within the Interstice Pocket Realm, then yeah, they'll be added. But with, if you check out the Discord as well on the Great Weave website, again, that's a collaboration with Keegan from the Great Weave. So if you check out that website as well, I think the link's in the description. If you check out that, you'll also see the Interstice Pocket Realm there, and that's where all the information's compiled and filled out there. And you can also submit your entries. We do have a separate video on that. If you want to check out that, again, I can put that in chat if that's of interest, and that'll give you basically the full roundup and what it's all about. Honestly, one of the best battle tomes you read. Fantastic dark humor lore, and I've actually started to read it, and I know to be honest, I obviously listen to your channel a lot for your skills, your tactics, your knowledge, and yeah, I've definitely learned a lot, and actually I'll probably end up asking you a bit more questions around it, because you know me, I'm very narrative, very fluffy. I'm not like a massively heavy, meta kind of player in that sense. So I want to try and use as many variety of miniatures as possible. But I will be looking to use I was talking earlier on in the stream, and I'm looking to use some of the mortal, so like free guild heroes or something along those lines as courtiers, or as I was thinking as a Terrorgeist, use the free guild, what you call it, emperor or the general on a griffin. And again, this is the idea of, obviously using the correct base, of course, but this is the idea of having the illusion kind of seeping into the enemy's minds and seeing what they believe them to be, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of what I'm planning, not with every hero or anything like that, just with the odd few. It's definitely not a unique idea, but at the same time, I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it was on re-rolling ones actually when I saw this guy, Flesh Eater Courts or something like that, and he literally just used a Bretonnian army. I was like, that's actually that's obviously with the correct bases, of course, but I thought, yeah, it's not bad. That can appreciate that. Bit of fun. But no, I'll definitely get a Terrorgeist with a Ghoul King, and but I was thinking about using the Emperor on a free guild kind of thing as well. Griffin, should I say, as another version of it, if you know what I mean. Then even if I just want it to change as and when as well. But the Archregent, such a great model, so I'm going to keep that as is. Although, having said that, I may end up venturing into another mortal at some point and that kind of stuff, depending on what cool miniatures come out. Oh, that's good, because I'd love to see my entry, the Bright Sun Forest, to join the Interstice. Yes, of course. I remember now. That's one with the eyes. Definitely. I've actually got the email. I remember. Awesome. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because I got the email for that. So that's going to be. Remind me, what realm was that set in? Is it Ulgu? I think it was. I can't remember the name. However, someone in my Discord kit bashed their Flesh Eater Cult models and had literally half a Terrorgeist and a Griffin. However it's spelled. Don't worry, mate. I'm dyslexic as well. And stuck them together, and it looks cool. That's awesome. That's really cool. Liking that. Okay. Yeah, Alejandro as well. I remember that. I do remember that entry. That's definitely going to be in there. We've got probably about 3 more as well in the works, and obviously we've got our own, which we need to get on there as well. But yeah, for sure, that's going to be there. Okay, so the the ogre, or ogre belly armor is now on. What we got to do? We got to do some of the guns, the head, all that kind of good stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's an Ulgu. I like contradictions. Yeah, of course. Now, I do remember that because me and Matt were actually talking about it when obviously we saw the entries, but such a cool idea. It would be really good actually to have, I think when we do go into the regional kind of mapping and actually seeing that, I think that would be really cool. Also, because we're going to delve into each region a lot more and have their detail shown and all that kind of stuff, and having this forest of eyes kind of thing, I think that's really cool. You know what? I think I'm gonna call it. I think I've done as much as I can do without making mistakes, because I'm gonna fall asleep. Been up that long. So no, honestly, I appreciate everyone stopping by. Obviously showing support, showing all the hobby love and all that good stuff. Hope to see you again. Take care, and let the dice tell the story. Take care.